It's fair to say in recent years, Games Workshop have released some of the best models they've ever made. But let's face it, there's a fair few models that also desperately need some help. We sit down today to discuss what models we think need our love and a little bit of TLC, and we crown what might be the ugliest model in 40k. I'm James Jordan, aka The Bard. Today I'm joined by Joe Pointing.
Hello.
Chaos Lord Beard.
Chaos Lord Ugly Duckling.
Ugly Duckling.
Yeah.
Very astute observation of today's episode. You've read the title, haven't you? Look at you go.
I'm fully prepared and equipped.
I'm also joined by Katie Fode.
Hi.
Jinx. Yes. You're fully prepared and equipped.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah.
And you fully prepared with your quips?
Yeah, my excellent jokes. Got
Exactly.
ready in the back of my head.
Marvellous. I'm glad. And we also today have some lists, ladies and gentlemen, in our heads. We have been looking through the 40k miniature range.
Yeah.
And there are, unfortunately, amongst a range of beautiful models with incredible sculpts and amazing options and all the rest of it, a couple of ugly ducklings.
Right, listen, there's been a lot of the new models recently have been updates of old models.
Have indeed.
It's been very nice. Some of them are left out and they look like butts.
Yeah, they do look like big steamy butts.
They deserve a glow up.
They do
They
deserve
deserve a little
glow up.
treat.
Some of them are quite charming.
Some of them are, in their own special way.
Some of them aren't.
Some of them are terrible
Yeah.
and need to either be completely redesigned
Yeah.
or just have a little bit of a glow up.
Yeah.
I think that's what we want to do today. We are going to effectively pitch to one another 2 honourable mentions and our top pick for the model we think most needs a glow up / and or should be crowned the ugliest duckling.
We're going to pick it, we're going to crown it, and we're going to slap its mother.
Yes!
Wow, that's very aggressive.
Stay tuned for that. But yeah, we're going to go through effectively, suggest some of the ones that we all think need a little bit of work, but also then the ones that we do think probably need to have the most done. And that might not just be purely aesthetic, it might be because they are an important part of the game. And to have an amazing range of models and then one monstrosity just doesn't quite fit the bill and ruins the immersion. So we're going to start with our honourable mentions. I think we've got like first, second and third place each. So we'll start with our thirds, then our seconds, then build up to number 1.
Yeah.
And at the end, we will vote and crown the ugliest duckling
Yeah.
in the 41st Millennium.
Behold the majesty of the duckling.
The champions. Right, Mr. Beard.
Oh.
We're going to start with your third place.
Right.
Your first honourable mention.
So I've been thinking about something that I've seen for a long time.
A long time.
There's been no changes at all. They are in a bit of an older range, you could say, but I think that range does hold up relatively well to scrutiny. They've got some beautiful vehicles. They've got some very interesting themes and vibes in the army, full of murderous bloodshed, my sort of thing that I like very much. This is a Drukhari model.
Oh,
Interesting.
I'm talking the Slith.
Oh!
And specifically the Court of the Archon. So this is prime time for an update. The Slith looks like butts.
It's just a snake.
Slithery little creep.
Is this the same unit that also has Gollum?
Yeah. Oh, what's it called? It's not called Gollum.
I don't know.
What is it?
The little creep.
Urgle. Yes.
So
the fine cast
the
one.
Slith specifically, the specific Slith that I'm talking about here, could be really cool because in my mind, he's one of those Star Wars bounty hunters.
Yeah.
That you can sort of see sitting down in the back of the bar.
Oh, the lizard guy with the rifle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's got several very exotic weapons, but currently we have this guy. He's just sort of standing there like a little creep.
He kind of looks like he more belongs in like a fantasy setting. He's just a
Yeah.
snake.
He's a
There's
snake
nothing
man.
really special to him.
No.
For me, the Court of the Archon's a really cool concept and a really cool unit. So I think the whole unit deserves a new model. But that Slith,
Yeah.
he's an
offensive.
ugly chap.
He is an ugly chap.
Or chap-S.
I think what doesn't...
Or Slith.
I genuinely... I had such joy when you said that because I thought he'd already been removed.
No!
I'm shocked to learn he's
the
still...
Slith's still knocking about.
I think we've discussed as a
Yeah.
team how what the hell are they doing with the Court of the Archon because it does not work.
I knew the
in
Court...
the current realm of Drukhari and 40k.
But they've done this with really well with things like the Dark Commune And the Drukhari Iron Master with his little
Robot buds.
mechanical plebs.
Company of Heroes.
Company Heroes.
Platoon Command Squad.
Exactly. They're doing
do
these.
it.
They're doing these kits where they have several models as a unit, and I think if
Even
they
Dark Commune.
yeah, if they redid the Court of the Archon, I think it'd be really, really cool. And I
think
can
so.
I can visualize the reveal, and it's like Court of the Archon, and they show the Slith, and everyone's gonna be like, oh, they've done a really good job with the Slith.
Yeah.
And then the old one just gets melted down for scrap.
You do melt down the lead for use in old buffs. Yeah. Katie Fode, who's your number 3?
Oh, this is really interesting because I too have picked a unit from the Drukhari.
Oh!
So apparently this range needs an update.
Oh!
First of all, I was thinking Urian Rakarth because
Oh.
bro is a little bit spindly.
Sure,
He's
yeah.
a little bit too. But when I was looking up, it seems like he doesn't really get sold anymore. I think he's going. He doesn't really,
Oh, really?
exist.
Yeah.
So I've kind of switched it to Homunculus.
Oh,
Because,
yes.
Look, when you
Yes.
look at what they've done with Chaos,
Yes.
in particular the Accursed Cultists and things like that,
Yeah.
he could be so much better.
See, this is an
His
important
skin
stipulation.
suit doesn't look good enough anymore. He needs an upgrade.
Yeah.
He needs to get his little sewing kit out.
Yeah.
Get a better skin suit
Get some
on him.
new skins. I think that is a very salient point with these lists, is that it's not just pure Argonus.
Yeah.
It's also what could be done.
Yeah.
Like
I
what we've
see
seen.
the potential in him.
Yeah.
I
I
think
can
that's-
see stretched skin
Oh.
and staples to keep him all
Yeah.
together. And upgrades, enhancements. He's a homunculus. He should be enhancing himself.
And maybe you could have different patches of skin for different
Ooh.
enhancements that you can choose as a hobby modelist.
The whole Homunculus range could probably do with an update because
Yeah.
like they're all quite small now, and they could be really ugly.
Yeah.
Like creepy ugly.
Grotesques too.
Yeah, grotesques.
What,
Yeah.
do Racks have new models, or are they still like the...
No, Racks are
Racks
still
are old as hell.
old.
Yeah.
They're tiny, but
we
that
got
would
new
be an
mandrakes.
amazing.
We did get new
new
mandrakes.
The new Mandrakes are very cool.
No one was asking for them.
No, and they would, if it weren't for the fact that they had been redone, they probably would have made it onto my list
They
too.
probably would have made it onto my
Yeah,
list.
that was a unit when it existed previously that had 2 poses, and there was like 6 models in the unit. Yeah.
all doing the same thing.
That's a great shout. I like that.
I also sometimes think the old Mandrakes looked like they were speed skating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on then. What's yours?
Well, I put this in 3rd place. I do think it always has been one of my least favourite models because I think it's just so stupid and it ruins what otherwise I think is one of my favourite factions in 40k. The reason why I put it in 3rd place is because I think I can sense it in my bones that they will be getting a proper redo at some point. It's the Dreadknight.
The Dreadknight. Yeah.
How
It's
dreadful.
so stupid.
Awful.
It's
Yeah.
it sure is something, isn't
It's,
it?
it has always been called a baby carrier. It always will be a baby carrier, and no amount of rules will make that thing not look incredibly stupid.
When your nickname as a model in this like super serious sci-fi 40k game is a baby carrier, and you're meant to be like the elite of the elite,
Yeah.
the one sent to fight the demons.
Yeah.
You are a Dreadknight. I think the thing is,
It's just a little baby.
because also I think what makes it awkward is just the pose of the guy inside. It's like,
Yeah.
he looks so uncomfortable. He's like, I'm trapped.
He looks like he has been strapped on the chest of this
Yeah.
thing and be like, you have not been behaving.
Yeah.
I cannot trust you not to run off and just start killing people. So you are getting the baby raise.
You are being trapped inside this thing, especially because, again, to your point on the skin man, is that I've seen like really cool external bits, or people slice the front of a Redemptor and make it more Dreadnought-like.
Yeah.
And once it's enclosed and it is essentially a giant Grey Knight,
Yeah.
it looks really cool.
What I
Give us Gundam Grey Knights, that's what we want.
I think I know how they're going to do it.
You think it's happening then?
Well, they've already done it with the Redemptor because
Yeah.
the front comes.
Yeah, and then the
open.
dude's
that.
So there's an
That's so
optional
much better.
thing.
Yeah.
You could see the fella inside, but then he's gone again.
Yeah.
What the current Dreadknight is a Votan Dreadnought.
Yes.
Because that would
Yes.
actually work really
That
well
would
for
actually,
Votan.
yeah, that would be perfect for Votan.
Because they've got the exosuits.
Like a cruel, like a power loader type thing.
It
Like
makes
it's-
so much
yeah.
sense to me why you don't like Votan now.
Yes. This is my fears. I wake up in the night. Also, I get he's in true silver armor. He doesn't need any more protection. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
If I was Bellicor, I'd just poke him in the eye. I can see right through. I don't need to sword fight him.
Yeah.
Go straight for
But
the
you,
man.
if you cut the legs off the Dreadknight itself, what's he going to do? He's just going to sound like, oh no,
yeah.
stop.
It's very foolish. So background to you, Mr. Beard, for your numero dos.
No, I don't want to alarm everyone,
I'm alarmed.
but I do have another honourable mention
So
after
do
this
I.
one. Sorry.
So, yeah.
Rip up the format.
Rules mean nothing to these people.
High five to rule breaking.
But my official pick is a unit. It is a unit. Actually, it's a collection of units technically that are just they're there like this. What? Everyone else is getting something cool. What's going on? We've been around for ages. We've been working out in the jungle, fighting off alien menaces and giant trees at Elite League. The Krieg have got an update. The supposedly dead Cadians have got an update. Where's my update? Where's my update?
Do you know where it is? Here.
I forgot they existed.
Yeah.
Catachans! Catachans!
They're so derpy.
They are in a bit of a spot because they are now surrounded by very, very beautiful units.
Yeah.
That Colonel that came out like, ooh.
They kind of
Because they've already done one.
Yeah.
They've got two. They've got sly marble reds, and also what is it, Commander?
The Colonel dude.
The Colonel dude.
Who's basically the
But I
guy
kinda-
from Alien.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like if they're going to redo the Catachans, I still want them to kind of look like they've had a bunch of filler put into their jaws.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and they could be really cool, and I think it is probably inevitable that we're going to see Catachans at some point.
Surely.
But for Christ's sake, please make it sooner, because I
Sooner
can't
than
look at that.
No.
When you go through the
They
data sheets,
look
it's like,
like
oh, I need to.
the
Where's my
80s.
where's my Kriegers? Where's my where's my things? Oh God! And they're there just pointing at me, like
And we've seen what
screaming
they've
for
done
help.
with like Gaunt's Ghosts, and they're like jungle fighters.
Yeah.
I could do something really cool
Do you know
with
what they
that.
did before Catachans? Ratlings.
I like the Ratlings.
I like the Ratlings
I
too.
think they're cute.
But the Catachans, I feel like, and especially because I think they will do such a great job with them in future.
Yes.
They need it.
Yes. That's a very good. They have to. They have to.
Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah.
Because at least with Krieg, they were Forge World. They were difficult to get hold of. At least they look good still. Whereas, let's face it, even when they came out, the Catachans were a little bit ropey.
And they don't need loads. They just need the troopers. They need some heavy weapons teams. Another character. No horses, I don't think. And
Horses don't make sense
maybe
for them.
in a
need
sentinel.
motorbikes.
Yes.
Who knows?
Motorbike.
They need motorbikes.
Quite hard to
Anyway.
drive a motorbike in the jungle.
That's my second place.
You get motorbikes in a jungle. I'm sure you
I'm
do.
sure you do. You can probably get horses in a jungle.
Maybe you can get quad bikes. Oh, quad bikes fun.
Oh, they could ride some like alien
Jeans do it.
beasts.
That'd be cool. Yes, because they do that.
They are beast tamers.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Dinosaurs.
No. Today's video is brought to you thanks to the support from our on-demand members. It's due to their amazing support that we're able to produce shows just like this one. As well as supporting the channel, our members get access to at least 2 additional battle reports every week, as well as full codex reviews, painting tutorials, our weekly on-demand talk show, all of our competitive 40k league games, and so much more. And we add to our library of content every single week. You can join our on-demand community today by downloading our app or heading to the website. And right now we have an introductory offer for new customers, so there's never been a better time to join on demand. Thanks for watching. Let's get back to the show.
Bloodletters.
Oh.
Bloodletters.
Ah,
They
yes.
look derpy as hell.
Yeah.
They have virtually no pose.
Yeah.
They look like they belong about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
They don't fit. They don't
Yeah.
work. They can be cool. They're meant to be murderous things.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are.
I
I thought it was a demonic incursion for a minute.
But like that's what they look like. They're ridiculous.
Right, someone that's watching this video, can you please take a screenshot, turn that into a 3D sculpt, and please print us a Katie Bloodletter, please.
The thing is now,
You can't tell the difference.
now- the thing is now you've done that, Katie. I can see my edit time for this being shrunk because I'm spending all my time in Pixelmator trying to put your face on a blood
Oh, don't
letter.
worry.
That does open up a big can of demons, though, because I'd probably say the same about Flamers,
Yeah.
the Exalted Flamers,
But
a lot
so
of the Zinch units.
The things I have with Zinch is it kind of gets away with it because Zinch is meant to be a bit weird.
Yeah, I can
But
see
the
it.
Bloodletters are meant to be demons of corn.
They don't look very
You
scary,
put them
do
next
they?
to a World Eater and you go, well, why is the World Eater cooler than the demon?
Yes.
It's dumb. It's stupid.
Especially when
While
you-
we're on it, also the Bloodthirster's face. He looks.
Yeah, he's
He
a
could do better.
bit too.
He could do better.
He could do better.
Yeah, he looks.
He's not very intimidating. I'm not scared of him.
That's a good way to phrase it. The jackals and the new
They're
8 pound,
aggressive.
they all look really intimidating. If you're on a battlefield, like no, thank you.
Yeah.
Whereas I reckon I could take some
Yeah,
bloodletters.
the bloodletters
Obviously
also
not.
like they look static. They don't
Yes.
look like they're about to eviscerate
That's
you.
not the
They look like they're just like.
Yeah. Also, some of the descriptions of bloodletters are really gnarly in the fluff. I like to see that done.
Go on, Jin.
I'm also picking a chaos unit, and it nearly was my number 1 pick.
Oh.
Nearly. The Hellbrute.
The hell.
Oh.
I forgot about the hell.
For me, it's a cube of disappointment. And what I don't like about it is being a man of the Imperium, and I think you would go as far as to say you agree with this. There's something about the box knot that's quite endearing.
It's cute.
It kind of works. The Hellbrute is similar, but just... It's like someone's copied the homework but not got the assignment. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't...
What the current Hellbrute that is sold as a Hellbrute, what is that? Because we've got so... Right.
What is it? What do
Yeah,
you mean?
The guy with the hammer.
Because I
it's-
don't mind
it's
the
the
one from the Dark
multi-part
Vengeance
kit.
one.
The Dark Vengeance one's okay. He's got quite a cool dynamic
Yeah.
pose. The current multi-part kit, there's loads of parts. You've
Right.
got las cannons, multi-melter, auto cannon, twin heavy bolter, Hellbrute hammer, the flail, and the fist.
Right.
And the gummy bow and the flamer. There's loads of weapons. They've basically half finished it.
Yeah.
The top half
Great.
is actually okay.
Oh, it's his legs, isn't it?
It's the legs.
It's the legs.
The tiny little legs.
Stubs.
He's got no knees.
He doesn't need to.
He needs to be done similarly to the legs on the Chaos War Dogs.
Yeah.
If it has a weird like wrong bend,
Yeah.
just
ankle
extend
is
the
what you're
legs out a
thinking of,
bit.
by the way.
A little bit of motion because the arms are like this as well.
Yeah.
Little bit of motion on the arms. It could be fantastic.
Yes.
Currently, it's a big pile of
Because
garbage.
I feel like
Disappointment.
one of the metrics for this is I think, and I feel like I can sense the shadow in the warp that might be a future one. But having played Space Marine 2, there's lots of reimagining of classic units in that game, and obviously the Hellbrute is in Space Marine 2. And even then, in Space Marine 2, it looks really derpy because the design itself, I think, when you compare it to the Redemptor, it kind of has a weird spin thing, and it just looks a bit like a big blue cube of mess.
Yeah.
And it's just a bit like, I get that it's all gone wrong and wibbly, but it's...
Make it look scary and
also
wibbly,
because-
not silly and wibbly.
Yeah, because it's such an important part of being in a Chaos army.
Yeah.
I play Imperium all the time, and I'm constantly playing against Chaos, and they're like, well, I've got 3 Hellbrutes because they do loads. I'm like, it looks ridiculous.
Yeah, they're not good. Especially when you put it next to a Redemptor Dreadnought,
Yeah,
which
they're disappointing next to a Redemptor.
yeah, I really like the Redemptors personally. I know not everyone's into them, but yeah, those poor Hellbrutes. Right, I've got.
Numero uno.
It shouldn't be a surprise to anyone.
Yeah,
this is going to be this is a Chaos unit. Again, amongst a sea of wonderful units, you've got Venom Crawlers.
Yep.
Cool as hell. Giant Chaos Spiders full of magic that shoot guns and eat you. And when they eat you, they consume your soul and get stronger. You've got Forge Fiends. They've literally walked out of the Forge. They are shooting giant ectoplasma cannons at you from a great distance. When they're not doing that, you've got Mauler Fiends charging at you. I like them less, but they're perfectly fine. You've got a nice selection of demon engines. Hell, you go into the Death Guards. You've got the Mephitic Blight Hordes. You've got the Plague, but all the demon engines coming out, all my orifices. And then you've got the Defiler. Stupid collection of cubes with his dumb face and a cannon coming out of its chest with one massive claw or 2 claws, I don't know. You've got guns hanging off of it in different directions. It looks like someone's gone to a giant bin and just put things together, and there's like, oh, let's put a face on it. And it's stacked up so it's like this.
My favourite thing is when you guys call the weapon a whisk.
There's so much potential that you could do with a new Defiler. Make it completely different. Give it like have it crawling around a bit of terrain. Have it like screaming. Have it like full on like half demon mode. Not like there's a demon plate on his face. Like there's so. What would Vashtor do? Vashtor would make it really good. There's so much that you could do with that massive stupid model, and I want it. It's been out for too long. It's horrible to put
like
together.
Stretched flesh over
It doesn't even have a base.
That's the straw that breaks the camel's back.
That for me is the most important unit to update for Chaos Space Marines.
I kind of like the Defiler.
You disappoint me.
I think because of what we did with the Nurgle ones for our collection, I think I've been spoiled. I've been spoiled with decent Defilers.
Because you have to change them.
That is the key thing, because when I now look at the World Eaters one, that is steaming garbage. It has it's like whiskey
It's a
thing.
whisk weapon.
It's just coming out. Oh no, it's all
Yes,
wrong.
I think because I wouldn't change too much about them,
I would.
but I think they do need an update.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
I would make it more like a giant spider rather than a giant crab, personally.
Well, I don't know. There's
You could do you upscale the Venom Crawler and then just give it more weapons and make it a bit more demon-y.
make it like Belisarius Cool, but a demon engine.
Because I do quite like the fact it is very chaotic in its nature.
It's like it's kind of been ripped from the warp. It doesn't make sense.
It is a bit like, oh.
It fits.
Doesn't fit.
fits.
Like,
So wrong.
Imagine you see all these tanks and all these demon engines that you as a human soldier can understand.
That's an unfathomable
Then coming
thing.
across you is a cube with legs that's got a little periscopic head going "Ah!" on top. It needs an update, it needs some tweakage, but I don't hate it viscerally.
It's number one. Number one. Primo update.
That's fair.
Needed.
It does need an update, I will grant you that.
Look at the Lord of Skulls, for Christ's sake.
This is
Like,
true.
I know that's a bit Marmite for some people, but at least it's got some presence. At least it makes some kind of sense.
And you do have stuff like even the Lord Discordant, which would be cooler.
The
in
Lord,
Defiler.
imagine a massive Lord Discordant.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like a big one of those, whatever that beast thing is. Yeah. Look, it's not a good model.
The worst. Go on then. What's yours?
That's mine. I feel like this is going to be a collection of things that we really, really care about. You know, like I'm very
not sure.
passionate
I feel like
about.
you hate the Defiler with a passion.
Yeah, but you care about chaos.
Yeah.
I care about my Tyranids.
Right.
And there is one model that I have been saying anytime these sorts of discussions come up that I'm unhappy with.
Yeah.
There's a disappointment that it could be so much better. The Carnifex.
The
Yeah.
Carnifex.
The Carnifex. Again,
Speaking of that.
it's another model. It's this. I don't know how many of you out there have tried to paint a Carnifex, but the disappointment of I would usually paint and then base back when I was first starting, but the disappointment of doing all of this lovely underside and painting his face, then sticking it on the base when you can't see anything but this stupid carapace.
Yeah.
And look at the Screamer Killer.
Yeah.
He's standing up, he's stretching out, he looks intimidating, he is
Yeah.
roaring
Yeah.
at you. And then the Carnifex is just like, I'm a little ball.
Yeah. It is.
And weirdly, the upgrades you get for it, like I know they're not legal anymore, but the upgrades you get for it from Forge World just made it look more silly.
Yeah.
Like the Crusher Claw looks silly.
Yeah.
The little
They look
what's
ridiculous.
the bunny ears?
You have a bunny ear one,
Yeah.
which I love because it's adorable. But what? It would give them +1 to hit back in 8th edition. Why does it have bunny ears?
Yeah.
Why does bunny ears give it +1 to hit?
Yeah.
Give them horns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunny ears.
Yes. I feel like you're very passionate.
Creepy little antennas.
Because it frustrates me because they could be such a cool model.
They are sort of.
And you can't even see them.
Yeah, they're
All
very.
you see is carapace, and
They're-
it's boring.
They're unusually iconic for a model that is in the state it's in. You always associate Carnifexes with like, yeah, Tyranids, Carnifex.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of potential, don't they?
They look more like a
So
little
much
beetle.
potential. Well,
Yeah.
if you guys, it's like, no, he should be a battering ram.
I thought this might be coming.
Because I have mentioned it on many occasions.
Yes. Fighting the Carnifex in Space Marine 2 is like that is terrifying.
Awesome.
That thing.
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
huge.
spectacle. It's massive.
Yeah.
And it is like it has a different sense of movement. It is hunched because it's like protecting itself. But when it attacks, it has claws up and stuff. Like you could.
It's really
take the design
hard
and scale it
to
up.
pose the Carnifexes.
Yeah.
Can't, really.
Because they're literally huddled over like this, and they don't balance very well the more straight you try to put them, because they've only got hind legs, really.
Yes.
And then they've got these stupid claws, these stupid guns. Take the guns off them, just make them melee. They're battering rams, not shooting
Yes,
things.
it's very
They're
true.
meant to be battering rams. That used to be their rule, living battering ram. The clue is in the
Yeah.
rule. Just improve them. Just stand them up.
Because if you think about like
Just give them more spikes.
if you think about the
muscle.
Carnifex, which is quite similarly posed, but then has spider legs,
Yes.
it makes more sense that it's scuttling around and having an underslung gun because it's got this big shell. Whereas, with
All you need to do is look at the Screamer Killer, who is up like this,
yeah,
and you can actually see what he's like on the attack.
yeah,
You just
Have
make
them
that
fighting.
far more armoured and spiky and strong and muscular.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm very surprised they didn't get a new Carnifex. If I'm
Well, we
completely
had
honest.
such a massive range refresh. I do kind
very
of
true.
understand, but I hope it's coming.
I think it's going.
I hope so.
Come on then. Come on then. What's yours?
This is very controversial.
Oh.
It's not been long out, this model.
Oh no. This is going to get
Is it going to be
redone,
the
isn't it?
Votan range?
It's not, no, I'm not being that crazy. I don't think it's going to get redone, but I hope it sort of gets sidelined a bit and then eventually disappears and falls away. Because I think it just doesn't make any sense. It's really stupid. When it came out, just for me, was the first domino to fall in a series of just memes and comedy that became the Space Marine range. Of just everything then became sort of obtuse and a bit weird and like guns on guns on guns and just made them stop feeling like Space Marines and made them feel more like characters in a Nintendo game, which would be Mario Kart, because I'm putting the Invader ATV. It's so incredibly stupid.
Yep.
Like, I get...
That kind of reminds me of a bunny too.
Exactly. Like, there's something about it. Like I get some people are funny about there being wheels on stuff in 40k because like wheels aren't that useful in the future. Why would you still have rubber-based tires or whatever? But the Outrider works for me. Would I prefer it was a jet bike? Maybe. But there's something about just also it being two guys, two Space Marines.
Are there two in there?
Yeah, there's
one
a
on the
guy
gun.
driving it with his little pedals. It looks like a go-kart. If you are a Space Marine, you're a mighty armored shock trooper of the Angels of Death. Can you imagine them being like, brother, you have been assigned to patrol duty. Are we going to get a land speeder? Are we going to get a storm speeder? Will we take a series of rhinos? No, Belisarius Cruel has given us a go-kart with a melter gun on the back. No, brother, I'm not.
I just
I'm not
don't see
about
the
it.
point in it.
I feel like, you've got other models that are silly, but silly's kind of fun at times because it's like, it's all very like, an 80s metal video. Like, I'm an Invicta Warsuit that has a holstered heavy bolter. It's a bit stupid, but the go-kart.
There is something that is more stupid than that though. A whole squad of them look even more stupid.
Exactly.
Like something like that would make more sense in the Guard.
Yes.
Like with
Yeah.
like quad
Yes.
bikes.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes,
Yeah.
things like that.
It's just...
Or Gene Stealer Colts.
Yeah,
Which
like-
have got bikes.
Which,
Yeah, exactly. Like there's nothing about that model that just...
It really is unnecessary.
It
isn't
just
it?
is so just and I think it led to then the same thing with like the Desolator Marines, where it looks like they're carrying around like mini fridges and like it was that kind of really silly. Like an intercessor has to be the base because it feels like honestly, if you get some of the range together, it looks like one intercessor's fun holiday. Yeah. So here's me shooting a rocket launcher. Here's me driving a buggy. It just looks preposterous, and I think even the attack bikes before with the little like. What was it? The tricycle thing with the little thing on the side.
Oh yeah.
Kind of worked better than the Invader ATV.
It's the guy on the back that's the issue for me.
Yeah.
Because if you're a Space Marine, you should be capable of driving a vehicle and shooting a gun.
Yeah.
Right. If you're entombed in a dreadnought, you've got several guns to be firing. If you're a Inceptor, you've got two guns to shoot.
Yep.
They're multitaskers. That you've got Mr. Drivey on the front,
Yeah.
beep, beep, and you've got the guy on the turret.
I feel like I'd rather it if it didn't have the guy on the back and it was more of a rocket launcher style thing.
Sure. What I'd like to see, and you may remember a film called Batman Begins.
Yeah.
There's a bit in that when out the bottom of the Batmobile, he goes into this like bike thing, and he's riding it like he's in it. That, but shelled with like a scorpion-style tail. That's a cannon.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool. You can maybe even see a little Marine in there, like sort of Akira style, driving it around. But that'd be way
Actually, being
cooler.
more mobile then.
Yeah, then just like, where are we going, guys? It's for me, it's just preposterously stupid.
Yeah.
And
We have a problem here, though, don't we?
We do.
Because the intention of this is to crown the ugliest model, and we then suggest that one is to be updated.
You don't want it
telling me you
updating?
want to update the Invader ATV?
Yeah, I want a complete
what?
model. Like I just said, my little bike suggestion. I want because for me, if suddenly James Workshop comes down from on high and changes the ATV, and they get rid of the old ATVs, that for me would promise me that they're gonna fix Space Marines. They're gonna stop just every couple of months being like, here's a Space Marine with saws for fingers. This Space Marine has laser eyes. This guy's got jet feet. It's sort of getting to the point though when like Space Marines like Action Man.
Yeah.
Here's some scuba diving Space Marines. Here's
Steve.
You know what I mean? Like, it's getting preposterous.
Yeah.
And if they were just like, ATVs are just being completely redone, you can use the old models as a proxy, so nobody loses any money, but they are gone. They were a terrible decision. We accept, we biffed it.
Yep.
That's my case.
Right, who loses?
Well, I think the thing we have to decide here.
How does this voting system work, James?
Well, we can't vote for our own.
Okay.
I think that's key. We can't vote for our own. Or is everyone getting their models?
No, I'm just trying to prove a point.
I can't get mine because I don't have one here because it makes me angry.
It doesn't even stand up straight.
Okay, right.
This is how it sits.
Can I have him?
Please, yeah.
Oh.
Gaze upon his glory.
I wish he moved.
Huh?
I wish he moved.
I wish.
Could he
many
move
things
if he was
Right,
glued properly?
we aren't going to vote for our own.
Okay.
We have to vote for somebody else's choice.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, imagine, right, in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium,
Yeah.
a land ravaged by war and cosmic horrors,
Yeah.
a metal demon-infused tank with claws
Yeah.
smashes through a building towards your battle line. It is crushing, it is killing, it's covered in blood, it's sounding a war horn. There's a weird periscopic robot head with eyes and a mouth and horns. You, as an Imperial Guardsman, flee from your barricade, for this is charging towards you. Or, what's that over the horizon?
If you're all getting yours, I'm getting mine.
Go on then.
Look, we have to, only one can be redone.
Should we do a final pitch?
We've got to think outside of just the model itself. Like,
Yeah.
what does it mean to the faction?
Yeah.
Like, what's important about it? I think if we all do our closing arguments, then we'll vote.
Okay.
Yep.
Please.
Shall I go first?
Please proceed.
Right. The potential here is unimaginable. Right? They've done the Forge Stream, they've done the Venom Crawler. If they apply the modern design philosophy to this thing and make it bigger, you have a multi-part kit where the flail has movement to it. All of the scale is done properly. It's on like a piece of terrain, crushing some fools underneath it. The face isn't stupid. It's just fixed. It's like the modern Chaos Space Marine range. It's exciting, and it actually would give the range something that's really missing, because they've had lots of infantry and stuff recently. Yeah. They need a new demon engine. This is the ultimate demon engine, apparently. So that is not so much this. What this represents and what it could be in the future.
Please.
I close my statement.
That was a good closing statement.
An iconic model
Yeah.
for the Tyranids.
Yeah.
So iconic, it's in the Space Marine 2 game.
It is.
It's good.
Everyone knows what a Carnifex is. Everyone has a Carnifex. Everyone, even non-Tyranid players. And yet, you look at it on the tabletop, and all you can see is vent.
Yeah.
This is all you see.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see bunny ears that have been painted white, so they look even more like he's literally just wearing a little bunny headband.
Yeah.
He doesn't stand up properly. He's not properly armoured. His arms look piddly for the battering ram that he's meant to be. He's meant to be the strongest, toughest living model that the Tyranids have. And he just looks like a little critter.
A bit pathetic,
How
isn't
could
it?
you do this?
Yeah.
How could they do this to us, James?
I don't know.
How?
I don't know.
My friend.
It does move. Look.
Right. Soon,
Yeah.
Henry Cavill is going to launch a TV show about Warhammer. There's going to be Space Marines in it. And a whole new world of people are going to be introduced to the world of Warhammer 40,000.
Yeah.
They might see scenes, such as in the Astartes trailer we saw. Incredible. Predators moving in columns, capes whipping around, lightning fast maneuvers from superhuman soldiers. They then go to buy some Space Marines, and on the Games Workshop website, they see this. And they ask their friend who's into Warhammer, what be this strange little go-kart? Was this a joke?
Yeah.
Was this an April Fool's model? Yeah. No, for a time, they're one of the most broken units in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure I want to get into this game anymore.
Why didn't they give it a canopy? There's so much they could have done.
They barely even encased the front of the vehicle.
Yeah.
I think my closing argument is just this spinning.
All the protection is on the...
It's what this represents is a potential for Warhammer to never really be
Serious.
or not serious in like it needs to be like, but like this is just it's just
Not great.
terrible.
Not, yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Please kill me. Please kill me.
Right. We're all going to have a moment, and then we shall return with our votes. We've had some deliberation time. We haven't had any more arguments off camera. No, none at all. I also should point out is I think I would like to see your guys' votes in the comments as well. I'd like to see like who, because we have no idea what we're going to vote, and we might be in a tie-break situation. So you actually might end up getting the deciding vote, but we'll have to see. We're going to start in the order we went through with our closing statements, and the presenter is going to say their votes for of these 3 models, which one needs to be redone and changed for the good of all Warhammer. Mr. Joe Pointing, would you like to start proceedings?
I've been thinking long and hard about it, and due to the absurdity, I'm going to have to vote for the Invader ATV.
Oh.
I understand.
Oh.
It's so stupid, and like just put a canopy on the front of it, or like I don't know, don't put a space marine on the back of it, or
Mate, do something.
or just don't
Why is it got exhaust?
don't release it.
Yes.
It's not very cool, is it?
No.
Space Marines are pretty cool.
They're pretty cool.
That's not very cool.
It doesn't help the whole situation with Space Marines.
Yeah, it also looks really awkward to get in and out of as the driver. It looks like he's going to bonk his head on the melter gun when he stands up.
When people say Space Marine, try and defend the fact Space Marines have too many data sheets. This is too many data sheets.
Yeah, you'd
That's what
also
happens when
expect
you
if
do
that's some kind of delivery system, you'd have like a couple of chainswords on the side so they can just quickly, like immediately jump off and carve someone.
Some supplies.
But what do they have? A bolt pistol and nothing.
Doesn't even have suspension on the front wheels. Right.
It's not for me.
Okay, fair enough. 1 vote for the Invader ATV.
Yes.
Katrina.
My vote is looking more towards the potential
Okay.
of what a model could be.
Oh.
Because it could be so much more. It could be so much better.
I deserve more than this.
It's just...
I could have been somebody.
It could be so much better when you look at what the current range is and what they've done with the demon vehicles. It is disappointing to look at.
Yep.
And it just looks like a kid's been given too much Lego.
Some crayons.
It does look like a Lego set.
It does look like a Lego
I've
set,
never thought of
doesn't
it that way. It does look like
Very good
Lego.
point.
Yep.
That's a very good point.
So that's where my vote's going.
Interesting. Interesting.
You have the deciding vote.
Yeah,
I do.
potentially.
But I think, in fact, you all will have the deciding vote because I'm going for the Carnifex.
Oh my god.
Because I love the Carnifex. It is a model that I think has had such troubles. Because I remember when I first got into Warhammer, the stories of like them being able to cow-tip Lehman Russ and them being this terrifying
Doesn't look like it could counter Lehman Russ.
Xenos tank organism. It barely looks like it should be able to stand.
Yeah.
It
looks like a giant dog that wants to give you a lick.
Yes, and I think given what they did with it in Space Marine 2, using its potential,
Yeah.
I think it could be a majestic beast.
Yeah.
And at the moment, it's just not.
No, it's not.
just not.
No.
It's not
It
hitting
exists.
that. Good. I think now I would say, from a deciding vote thing, you all tell us in the comments which ones you think should get the redo.
Here's what we should do. We should all do a comment in the video, and whoever gets the most likes,
Yes.
that can be
Yes.
the winner.
Yes.
Yes.
I agree. I think that is an excellent way. We'll have a winner. However, I would just like to say, I think that's one most deserving of a redo because I'd like to see it the most.
Right.
If, however, we were to crown the ugliest model, it's got to be the Defiler.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
What's the state of it?
I
His
personally...
cool face is on his back.
Now, personally...
He's got 3 faces.
one
One
on
on his
top is
cannon, one on his
ridiculous.
head, and one on his back.
Right, I think
It's like a giant spawn.
without the shadow of a doubt, I think that is the ugliest model. I like the fact it's an Uggo because it works for me.
I'm going to shake his hand.
Yes, please. Congratulations, Uggo.
Can I shake his other hand? Congratulations.
Thank you.
He's won the crown of the ugliest model.
And now he dies.
I think it is. I just think I'd rather see a Carnifex redone before I see a Defiler redone.
You know?
Yeah.
However, I do take your point that it's quite a monstrosity.
Yeah.
This is a mess and shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
But we're in the world now where it exists.
Yeah, there is no potential there. That's just disappointment.
However, if we all club together and vote for this thing, maybe we can somehow get something more exciting. Wow, you will decide then.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
And what of the three is most deserving of redo? What needs to be changed?
But praise be to lots of recent redos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Many ranges.
yeah.
Eldar are loving their life. The Guard.
Yeah.
All Hail Krieg.
All Hell Krieg indeed.
And the other ones. Emperor's Children.
Yes,
Hell
I think
yeah.
we do live in a world now where this could be like in 6 months' time. These will be totally new models.
And then
Yeah.
we will cheer with
And then
glee.
there'll be a Defiler detachment
Yeah.
in whatever Grotmus is called.
You'll
now.
dress up like a Defiler to
The
celebrate its
defiled and the
release.
damned.
Nice.
Nice.
We'll 3D print you some bits
Extra arms
Thank you.
and a whisk.
Yeah.
and some more faces.
Make a good Halloween costume. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. I look forward to seeing in the comments which one of these you think is most deserving of a redo. Until next time, I've been James Jordan, aka the Bard. Today I've been joined by Katie Fode.
Hang on. Oh, goodbye.
Bye. And Chaos Lord Beard.
Bye-bye.
We're going to go get into our various Invader ATVs and drive away now.
Off a cliff.
Off a cliff. And we have been Temple Tactics, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye. Can we get your Bloodletter impression one more time while we close out? I am James Jordan, aka the Bard, and today I am joined by Chaos Lord Beard. Joe pointing.
I got nothing. Sorry, I was thinking of something. Sorry.